And again, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube. My name is Michael, and welcome to the Smackdown live review from this week. Before we jump in with the information and the review of the show, I just have a few things I want to talk to you guys about. First of all, I am going to be flying solo tonight in regard to the review video, so apologies for that. As these videos, I try and get as many people from BearClub on as possible, but unfortunately there are some days where you guys have to put up with me, my fugly self, my annoying voice, all alone. So I apologize for that, but we are going to try and get as many of the guys on to review the shows as possible in the coming weeks, months, years, etc. And that leads into a slightly different format style. So what you've noticed is the last couple of weeks I've been trialing these review videos as live shows. The reason for this is because I'm trying to get as much exposure on these videos as possible, but at the same time trying to make sure that nothing of importance is missed out. In the editing process, you can inadvertently edit out things, or you can lose footage, or you can corrupt footage. So I'm trying to make sure that we eliminate all of those problems from happening as early on as possible. So the way we're going to be doing these from now on is that they will be live streamed onto my channel directly as part of the daily content that I do put out for you guys. A copy of this live stream and all future reviews will then go and be posted onto the BearClub 316 channel. For anybody that doesn't know, we run BearClub 316. It's myself, Grizz, Khalid, Kristin, and Jakob, and we are all currently in the process of thinking up ideas for individual series and video concepts for the channel as part of contribution. In the interim, my contribution to the channel as an individual will be my review videos being copied over from my channel onto BearClub. So it's twice the coverage, so hopefully twice the views, and also it means that BearClub gets its ball rolling in regards to daily content. And look out for all of the other guys who are going to be putting out content in the very near future, and shout out to those guys, all of them, links in the description for their social medias and for their YouTube channel. So do go and give them a look, a like, subscribe, follow, everything that you can think of to do with social media. Second thing I want to say, Catalyst Mints is our sponsor still. There is a link in the description down below. If you want to go and check them out, they are a company that produces a supplement in opposition to energy drinks. So your Red Bulls, your Mountain Dews, your Fizzy Pops and things like that. They make mints and chewing gums and all different types of merchandise that are a replacement for said things. So do go and give them a check out. Link, as I say, is in the description down below. Now that we've got the sponsorship out of the way, now that we've got the information out of the way, let's jump in with the SmackDown live review. I can see that we have John and Brendan in the chat. So hello to you guys. I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Sorry if I seem a little bit sort of down or mellow. I'm not feeling too good today, to be perfectly honest. I've got a little bit of the relapse of hay fever, and also I'm just feeling really drained today, so probably won't be as what's the word, as eventful as some of the other review videos have been, but hopefully it's still enjoyable. This week's SmackDown Live 4th of July edition was almost impeccable in terms of probably one of the best episodes of SmackDown Live that I've had to review since I started YouTube. And there are many reasons for that, and we are going to jump into those individually. We'll go through it segment by segment as we do normally. So SmackDown Live opened on the 4th of July with the most patriotic and American symbolization in human form that you could think of. Mr. John Cena returning, making his first appearance in a WWE ring since his victory alongside his soon-to-be wife, Nikki Bella, defeating The Miz and Maurice. And John Cena came out all Americanized and patronized, and he managed to make me, a UK citizen, feel patriotic towards the Americans and the American way of life and Independence Day. So if that made me feel sort of up in the ante and patriotic towards the American lifestyle, I can't imagine what it did for you guys stateside. I think it's probably one of the best promos that John's done in a very long time, and he's known for his great army or like anything to do with the American symbolization, that's where he tends to pull out the big guns in his promos, and you could really tell the impassion that he has for not only the United States in general, but the WWE and everything that he does to support every system that he goes through. So John came out and he did his whole America is the greatest country on earth, blah, blah, blah. He then ran down the fact that he wasn't a part-timer. He isn't a full-timer. He claimed himself to be an all-timer. I'm quoting that there. He says that he's not sure that his career is coming to an end, but if it is, then he's going to be doing it on his terms because he wants to fight the best and he wants to be up against the best competition because he's held the WWE down for 15 years straight nearly, and nobody's going to stop him. And if he's going down swinging. So it doesn't matter whether it's on Raw, whether it's on SmackDown Live, he is a free agent and he is going to be fighting the best on a consistent basis. He doesn't care whether it's Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, to name the Raw guys. He was then bringing up Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal and Baron Corbin, people like that. And this led to a very surprise return, but also, when you think about it logically, up here, perfect return. Mr. Rusev returned to a very big pop, to be perfectly honest. I thought that Rusev got a really, really good response, and so did Cena, to be fair. But putting that to the side, as soon as Rusev came out with his Bulgarian flag and he started berating the fans and the United States in general and saying that Independence Day is ridiculous, and in Bulgaria, when it's Independence Day, they march and show their passion for their country, and in America, all they do is heat hamburgers and hot dogs. So he's doing his anti-America stick again. And that to me is fantastic because Rusev definitely works best as a heel, but it's a complete rerun of the WrestleMania 31 storyline from the Elimination Chamber in, what was it, 2015 was WrestleMania 31, 33, 32, 31. Yeah, 2015's Elimination Chamber was the first time these two came to blows. It went all the way through till, I think it was Battleground was their last one in 2015, over the United States Championship. And for me, although it's great to have Rusev back and it's great to have him in prominence, this is just a repeat of their feud, and so they need to change things up. I don't see that happening because they did everything. They covered every single basis in that feud. They had, I believe, quote me if I'm wrong, they had a submission match, they had a singles match at WrestleMania, they had like the equivalent of like an I Quit match or an I Quit match, in which Rusev claimed that he didn't say I quit. He was there was a whole rigmarole with Lana saying that he quit in Bulgarian and everything like this. And it's just, they've had so many stipulations, they need to make sure it's different. If they don't, then it's going to be really disappointing. But as an overall opening segment to SmackDown Live, it worked. And we have a flag on a pole match booked for Battleground. I don't know what WWE's obsession with polls and matches regarding polls at the moment is, but Vince has clearly got polls on the mind. Fair play to him. So we've got the United States flag versus the Bulgarian flag in a flag match, Rusev versus John Cena at Battleground in 3 weeks. So looking forward to that. And as an overall start to the show, I mean, Cena made me feel patriotic. Rusev made me sort of get behind Cena even more because he was berating the country that they're in. So I think everything worked perfectly. I'm worried for Rusev. That's my only issue. But as a start to SmackDown, I have no issues with it at all. It's a massive thumbs up. You guys let me know what you think regarding the opening section in the live chat if you're watching this live, and in the comment section down below if you are watching it on replay. So in the live chat, Brendan has said, where is Nikki Bella? Nikki Bella, I believe, is currently just on hiatus, recovering from injuries. She still had a few neck problems when she came back. So it appears that she's out for a little while. There were rumors of a retirement in general, but I think they would have made more of a fuss about it. So I would say look to see Nikki Bella at some point in the next sort of 6 months, she'll definitely wrestle again, in my opinion, unless she is medically advised not to. But at the moment, she's out with injuries, so we'll have to wait and see. So now that we've spoken about Mr. John Cena's return and also Rusev's return, have a quick drink. Kevin Owens, the United States champion, will be defending his championship at Battleground. Last week, it was a 4th of July independent rule that was announced, and AJ Styles was originally booked to be in the match. We cut to a backstage promo with Daniel Bryan on the phone. He's interrupted by Chad Gable and AJ Styles, who he's called in for a meeting to say, look, we're having this battle royal, but Kevin Owens has been on the phone to me all week saying that because he's beaten both of you in competition in the last couple of weeks, that you don't deserve to be in the battle royal for an opportunity at the championship. And so, backwards and forwards, AJ saying, oh, I'm not in it. Chad saying, well, I'm not in it, blah, blah, blah. And Daniel Bryan says, well, no. What we're going to do is you can earn your way in. Whoever wins the match between AJ Styles and Chad Gable will be entered into the Battle Royal later on in the night to determine a number 1 contender for the United States Championship at Battleground. And AJ Styles says, oh, there's nothing wrong with a little competition. And Chad Gable says, well, I'm not small competition. I'm not a little piece of competition. And I like to see just a little piece of aggression, a little bit of fire in Chad Gable, because if they are going to move him forward with a singles push and they're going to split American Alpha, Chad Gable has all the tools to be a future world champion, in my opinion. That's probably going to be something that's going to get me sort of shouted at, but I feel it to be true. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. And this match between AJ Styles and Chad Gable was match of the night. It was absolutely fantastic. Chad Gable came out of the blocks flying. He was on fire. Suplexes, throws, absolutely everything in his arsenal he was throwing at AJ Styles. And AJ Styles was sort of on the ropes, if you will, in terms of he was shook. He didn't really realise just how good Chad Gable was. And the match went backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And just when he thought Chad Gable was going to win, AJ pulled out a move and vice versa. And it ended up with AJ Styles winning with a phenomenal forearm. And following the match, Chad Gable's obviously really down and despair. He's on sort of trying to gather himself. He's on the ring mat. And AJ sort of grabs his hand, picks him up, sort of a little shake of his hand and like a little sign of good match, kind of show of sportsmanship, which is absolutely fantastic, because I was reaching for it to happen during the live reaction stream on the BearClub channel last night. So great to see that. AJ clearly respects Chad Gable. Chad Gable, I think, can we see that as sort of Chad Gable being given the nod to say, you know what, kid, you've got something, as and when you're ready to be a singles competitor, which is sooner rather than later by the looks of it, you're going to go places. Chad Gable, a former Olympic wrestler, represented the United States in the 2012 London Olympics. We could well see him with the United States Championship around his waist in the near future. I don't think I've got any problem seeing that. You guys let me know if you feel that that's something that you'd be interested in seeing. Maybe even seeing the two American alphas, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, feud over the championship in the future. Again, you guys let me know what you think in the live chat if you're watching this live, and in the comments section down below if you're watching this on replay. But this match of the night, absolutely fantastic. Both people putting on absolute show. Massive thumbs up. It's 2-0 to the Ups. Again, have a quick drink before we move on to the next section. It's a lot easier to do these when you're pre-recording, because you can cut and take drinks and things like that, or if you've got someone there talking with you live, you can sort of, their camera cuts on, you can sneak a drink whilst they're not really in shot and everything, but we'll move on. It's absolutely fine. The next segment on the show was and I can't believe I'm saying this, and I really don't want to say it, I think the name is fucking ridiculous, the Carmelabration. Oh, why was this even a thing? So Carmella obviously won the rematch of the Money in the Bank ladder match with some help from James Ellsworth, but at least this time she pulled the damn briefcase down herself. She's there, she's bragging. Daniel Bryan tried to strip me of it, but I've still got it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, first of all, love, he did strip you of the briefcase for an entire week. You then had to win it back. So he did strip you. He didn't try. just wording, please. I don't want to be a grammar Nazi, but he did strip you of it. You were not in possession of it for an entire week, and then you had to win it back. You weren't defending it. Now I've got that out of the way. Daniel Bryan and Naomi made their way out. Naomi giving James Ellsworth all of this shtick and giving Carmella, berating her, and you come at me, I'm a fighting champion, all of this. And Daniel Bryan comes out, and he bans James Ellsworth from the arena. And Ellsworth's pissing himself, laughing, oh no, how will I ever get back in? And Daniel Bryan goes, and you're also fined $10,000. And James Ellsworth, what? No, I don't even earn $10,000. And then, to make things even better, to which I audibly popped for, Daniel Bryan suspended James Ellsworth without pay for 30 days. And everyone went, yes, 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 yes. Because we hate James Ellsworth. He needs to leave television. And the fact that he's not on television for 30 days makes me very, very happy. And it's going to make Grizz very, very sad. Because Grizz loves James Ellsworth, and I hate James Ellsworth. The entire segment was stupid, but for the reason that James Ellsworth is now not going to be on my television for 30 days, which is 4 episodes of SmackDown, I'm giving it a double thumbs up. Do you guys think that Daniel was harsh on James Ellsworth with the banning him, the fine, and the suspension? Or, like myself, and like Brendan in the chat, James Ellsworth should have been punched in the face by Daniel Bryan? I agree, but if Daniel Bryan had done that, then he's overstepping his authorities as an authority figure, being the GM. His job would then get into question, wouldn't it? So they're not going to book him into any physical altercation because of the worries about him getting injured. Because if you flick Daniel Bryan, according to the WWE, he's going to get broken neck and concussions and shit like that. So they're being a bit petty, but I would love to see Daniel Bryan kick shit out of James Ellsworth just one time. He used to be loved, but he's now the worst heel in the universe. When you say worst, he's the worst in the sense that he just doesn't do anything. He's just a lapdog. That's not even a heel. He's just a pussy. That's essentially what it is. Moving on to Naomi, she was out, obviously, with the altercation between James Ellsworth and Carmella and Daniel Bryan and Naomi. She had her, for the 3rd week in a row, a title match against Lana. And she debuted the championship with LEDs. And so, like, the middle of the WWE on the Women's Championship had, like, LED lights in the middle and all of it around the side. And it looked really good, to be honest. So she was quite proud of that. And she immediately kicks Lana, sunset flip, into her submission move. And that was it. I'm not quite sure whether they've given it a name. It's a head scissors crucifix. That's all I know. But they've not given it, like, Naomi's not named it. Not like the glow lock or something. It's probably going to get called something to do with glow. This is WWE, and it's the only friggin' thing that they're going to call it. After the match, Lana's sort of crying in the center of the ring in the corner. So she moves to the corner, and Tamina comes out and sort of ushers her out and is like, no, come on, get out. Get out of the ring. And Naomi sort of fighting stance, ready to defend herself. And Tamina's like, no. Lana, get out of the ring. And sort of just walks with Lana to the back. And it's all very confusing. Don't quite know where that leads us to in the next couple of weeks. But I'm bored with the Lana getting championship matches. And if she gets another one in the next 365 days, I'm going to be pissed off. Naomi winning in less than 10 seconds is the best thing that could have happened. Lana is clearly being punished for something here, but we are not going to know the reason for it. But Naomi still has the championship. It gets a thumbs up. And now, quite possibly, one of the best and most entertaining segments ever seen in a WWE ring. And this is something that I've been slating for literally the last week since it's been advertised. Ever since I saw it, I was like, no, not a rap battle. No, not Wale. Like, superstars and celebrities, they don't mix. But Wale, 100% fantastic. You can clearly show that he was there not to promote himself. He's just there because he's a fan, and he did everything right. And there's a couple of moments I want to talk about Wale specifically, but we've got to jump in with this New Day and the Usos rap battle because it was absolutely fantastic. It was so good. Honestly, there were so many backwards and forwards. So Big E started, and then the Usos did a double team, and then Kofi went, and then the Usos did another double team, and then Xavier Woods finished. Some of the highlights. I'm going to have to read these because I don't want to mess any of these up. I have got them written down here. So the first one that got me. So the Usos were talking about Big E. And they said, we're not going to bring up the fact that Big E's double D's. We're not going to bring up the fact that Kofi looks like Whoopi. And we're not going to bring up the fact that Xavier Woods says he's 5'5", but he's actually 5'3". And I was like, oh, they put all three of them in one. Fantastic. That was great. That was great. And then the next... WWE are very, very, very fucking cheeky to bring this up. But the Usos went, Big E, let's keep it PG. Let's keep it... We're going to keep it good. Don't take this and make it rated R like your boy Xavier Woods. Or something to that extent. How have the WWE allowed the Usos to bring up the sex tape scandal involving Paige, Xavier Woods, and Brad Maddox up in a rap battle? And how Xavier Woods didn't clap Jimmy and Jay immediately. He took it so well, bless him. But like moments like this is what makes something that would normally have been considered a comedy act and being so stupid that it was funny. This was just funny because it was entertaining, and that's why it's so one of the best segments I've seen in the WWE in a long time. Other moments were Kofi Kingston bringing up the fact that the Usos used to be wearing face paint, and now they're wearing t-shirts to the ring, and they're hood rats, and they've got hiding their stomachs, and they've got weenie doos. And he's like, what a weenie do? And it's like, when your stomach sticks out more than your weenie do. And then somebody handed him a hot dog with a little hot dog sausage like that big. He's like, this is you. I was pissing myself at that. And then they go back to the Usos. The Usos do another shtick, and it wasn't quite as good as the Xavier Woods or the triple that I've spoken about already. Xavier Woods finished the rap battle. He absolutely killed it. He said, the Usos used to come to the ring wearing face paint, looking like showmen. They should go back to doing what they do best, which is carrying bags for... And then everyone's like, whoo, 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 whoo. And he goes, carrying bags for Roman. Ah! Everyone goes mad. Xavier Woods does a Superman punch on Kofi Kingston, and he's selling it. And the Usos clearly get pissed off by this. They shove the guys. There's a little bit of a brawl. They separate together. Wale loses his bloody shoe in the process, and he disqualifies the Usos for physical altercation and declares the New Day's the winner. Everyone's getting a little annoyed that the New Day were declared the winners and going, oh, it's because they're a face team, blah, blah, blah. Technically speaking, yes, the Usos had the better bars and the better insults. I completely agree. So from a lyrical point of view, the Usos won the rap battle. But rap battles clearly state any physical altercation leads in a disqualification. Or not a disqualification, but obviously in the realms of WWE, that's the term they use. Wale made the right decision. Two things. One, Wale lost his shoe. And he was like, oh, you made me lose my shoe, man. And then the other one, when the Usos did the line about rated R like Xavier Woods, Wale dropped to his knees and was like walking on his knees across the ring. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I was fucking pissing myself when he was doing that. Absolutely fantastic. A stellar, 100% the best segment that we've seen, not only on SmackDown Live, on WWE, probably this year in terms of entertainment value. it's the best part of the night, 100%. It's a massive, massive double thumbs up. Just, guys, tell me how good that, because I don't think I can put it into words just how good it was. I was honestly dying when I watched it. I was dying with laughter. Now we have to move on to a slightly slower segment of the show, but still good. And it's good for me to be able to turn around and actually give this segment with these people a positive. We had, following the altercation last week where Aiden English was in the ring and he was doing his singing performance and Randy Orton interrupted him, dropped him with an RKO. Aiden English versus Randy Orton was booked for this week. Randy Orton comes up, he's doing his pose up on the thing, and Aiden English low blows and attacks him. We come back from commercial break and Randy Orton is absolutely decimating Aiden English, like all over the arena. Picks up the steel steps. The referee says, hey, if you hit him with those, I'm going to disqualify you. Randy Orton looks at the referee and goes, I don't care. Fine me. Disqualified, hits Aiden English with the steel steps and then drops him with an RKO square in the middle of the ring. He then goes to hit a promo on Jinder Mahal, who's made an appearance, and these two go backwards and forwards. Randy Orton says that Jinder should shut the hell up, and the people don't like him, not because of the color of his skin, not where he's from, not the way he talks, it's the way he acts and the fact that he is and for always will be a jackass. Randy Orton on America's birthday, on Independence Day, 4th of July, rallied the crowd up almost to the extent that John Cena did at the beginning of the show. And it's nice to see this, a positive come out of a segment where the fans really haven't cared. Since Jinder's won the championship, the fans really haven't cared. And it just does build just a little bit of intrigue going into the Punjabi prison match, which I know people are looking forward to for all the wrong reasons. I'm looking forward to it because I want it to be better. I want the legacy of it to not be Great Khali's shit match. Do you know what I mean? I want the legacy of a Punjabi prison. If we're going to see it once every 7-8 years, I want it to be, right, this is the one that turns around the legacy. And when you then hear Punjabi prison, you don't think of a comedy gimmick. You think of a bloody good match between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal at Battleground in 2017 when we're having these conversations in 2025. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want them to see if they can actually rewrite the script of the Punjabi prison. Chances are it's not going to happen because it's Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, and I think people are done with this feud. But if anyone can do it, it's these two. I'm going to give the segment an up. It was a good segment between the two, considering the drizzling shits that they've had for the last couple of weeks or months. But again, I'm a little bit wary of the Punjabi prison. I want it to be good for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. The main event of SmackDown Live was the Independence Day #1 contenders battle royal for the United States Championship. I think I've got that right. Kevin Owens was at ringside. You had the Ascension, you had the Fashion Police, you had the Hype Bros, Harper and Rowan, Ziggler, Jason Jordan from earlier on in the night, AJ Styles, Ty Dillinger. Who else was in there? There were some other people in there as well. Things to note: Dolph Ziggler was the first eliminated. Yeah, Dolph could be on his way out. Other than that, things of note: Zack Ryder was eliminated by Mojo Rawley after Mojo Rawley saved Zack Ryder from being eliminated by Eric Rowan. Mojo saved Zack and then eliminated him, and it looks like these guys are going to be going into a feud. Vince continues to break up tag teams. I think he's trying to kill off tag team wrestling in general. Don't be surprised if the New Day and the Usos and the Club and Sheamus and Cesaro and the Hardys all disband in the next 12 months. I'm predicting the end of tag team wrestling in the next 2 years. Sami Zayn was also in there as well. So the final three comes down to Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Ty Dillinger, who we haven't seen on television in weeks. And he got a really good showing, a really positive showing. He hit his tiebreaker 2.0 on both styles, and Zayn was close to eliminating both of them, but unfortunately was eliminated by Sami Zayn. And then AJ Styles and Sami Zayn had a little bit of a backwards and forwards before AJ eventually eliminated Sami Zayn. Sami went for the haluva kick and took a nice stumble over the top, managed to hold himself. There was a little altercation with the attempts of suplexes from the inside to the outside. Didn't quite work out. AJ hit the Pele kick, and Zayn was eliminated. Before AJ could even stand up to celebrate, Kevin Owens, who had just heard JBL or Tom Phillips, one of the two, announced that AJ Styles was going to be facing Kevin Owens for the United States Championship at Battleground. Kevin Owens just went, yeah, he's going to regret it. Dives in the ring, stamping, punching and kicking AJ Styles while he's down, trying to gain an upper hand. He grabs him up. He's like, got this championship belt in his hand. He's like, look at this. I'm the new face of America. AJ pops up with an enziguri to the back of the head, looks for the Styles clash, doesn't quite get it. Kevin drops the championship, rolls out of the ring, and AJ is there to end the show on America Day, holding the United States Championship high above his head over the Canadian champion to send the fans home, feeling all patriotic. We have AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens at Battleground for the United States Championship. I'm really looking forward to that, and I feel AJ may pick up the championship, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens in the next couple of weeks. We've got predictions to do. Again, all of the storyline and the development through the Battle Royal was fantastic. I believe AJ Styles was the only logical winner. I would have loved to have seen Ty Dillinger win. I would have loved to have seen Kevin Owens win. Not Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn win. A year after their potential match of the year candidate at Battleground in 2016, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship at Battleground 2017 would have been mind-blowing, but AJ Styles is the more logical winner. So I'm looking forward to that match. It gets another massive thumbs up. We haven't had a negative on this week's SmackDown. I'm going to give the show 4.5 stars out of 5. The only thing that could have made it 5-star was if the Tamina segment where she helped Lana and guided Lana out was explained properly. Like, that's the only thing that limited this. Otherwise, this, in my opinion, was the best SmackDown we've ever had. Or that I've ever had to review, sorry. So, 4.5 stars out of 5. You guys let me know your star rating in the comment section down below or in the live chat. I'm going to be here for a couple of minutes to take any questions from you guys that are in the chat before we end the show. I can see that Brendan's still here. I can see Chris is here. Chris says, what's up, Michael? Brendan says, who are your top 5 heels in wrestling? Is this WWE specific or is this all around the world? Do let me know. And Chris, I'm doing wonderful, buddy. Thanks for joining for the SmackDown Live review. So let me know if it's WWE specific or if it's all around the world. I'll answer that question and then we'll do a sign off. But yeah, this week's SmackDown was fantastic, and the best SmackDown Live I've had to review. So my okay, in any particular order. Kevin Owens, Marty Scurll, if you can class him as a heel. This is difficult. Alexa Bliss. Oh, this is difficult. I'm trying to make sure, got to try and make sure that I get like a male, a female, a developmental, an outsider. Marty Scurll, Kevin Owens, Alexa Bliss. You've actually stumped me, Brendan. You stumped me. See, Cody Rhodes isn't really a heel, is he? He's a part of Bullet Club, but he's so well respected that he can't really be classed as a heel. Same with Kenny Omega, really. Huh. I like what Eric Young's doing down in NXT. Bobby Roode's not a bad shout. I can't think of any. I can't think of anyone else. So yeah, we'll go with those 5. If I do think of anyone, then obviously I'll let you know later on. But I think we're going to call it a night here for the SmackDown Live review, guys. So thank you for joining me live on my channel. This will go up on BearClub 316 as soon as it's finished processing and then it's able to be uploaded. So yeah, thank you for watching, and do go and give it a like on the BearClub channel as well for me. Even if you don't watch it, just give it a like, just to get the numbers up. I'd really appreciate that. Do make sure that you catch us in a little while for the live reactions to NXT on BearClub 316. Make sure you check out everyone in the link in the description down below, their Facebooks, their Twitters, their YouTubes, and everything of that description. Do check out Catalyst Mints as well. Again, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed SmackDown Live in general. We will see you tomorrow for the 205 Live review, and later on this evening for NXT's live reactions. But for now, guys, too sweet. Peace.